I think I finally perfected the at-home DIY UV coating. So out of these 3 cubes, they all look very nice. You see the shine on all sides, very even. No lumps, no bumps, no variances, all very, very even across all. Trying to give you a really accurate look at everything. And one of these was done in the factory, and one was done, or 2 were done at home. And I just wanted to give you a fair look. So this SpeedCube shop, this is a Worm V9 special edition. This is UV coated from the factory. That was my kind of control. This is a GAN 251M Leap. I actually didn't realize they made a UV coated version when I bought it and was totally bummed. So when I found out I could do this, I was stoked, because now I essentially have my GAN 251M Pro instead of Leap. Then you come to Tornado V3. I actually bought this cube 1 week before they released the UV coated version, so I did not even know that a UV coated version was going to be coming out when I bought it. Again, totally bummed when I found out, but I figured a way to do it at home, and as you can see, it looks very professional. Everything turns beautifully. You don't have any sticking or any problems like that. All the layers line up really nice. These magnets are on their minimum setting. I don't really like high magnets on my 2x2, but this thing pretty much falls into place on its own. But yeah, you can see, like, there's not, this one's heavily lubed because I just got done doing it. Well, after you do it, you kind of do have to take it apart, clean out any like plastic or gel coat pieces that are sandings or anything, or filings that might have gotten inside the cube that will mess with your performance. You really want to take it apart, clean each piece by hand, re-lube, and kind of start from scratch there, and then you'll get this really nice performing UV coated. But yeah, this Tornado, it just came out beautiful. I mean, you can see all sides are almost blemish free. I mean, there's 1 or 2 imperfections, like you can see a little dot there, but for the most part it is blemish free. But yeah, it was just I guess I should tell you what I did. Just a bottle of the brand Gellish, Gellish. They make a top coat UV LED gel top coat for fingernails, and what you do is you just want to clean off your surface with alcohol, clean off the plastic, give it a good solid but thin coat. You really don't want to gob it on there because it'll just make it more of a mess and more imperfect as far as how nice and level the sheen is. But most people are recommending a no wipe gel, which means you're gonna put it on and let it settle for like an hour after you put it, so it completely flattens out, so you get a really flat shine. But the problem with this is it's very unforgiving. When you use your UV light, it's gonna lock it and it's gonna cure just as it is, where the Gellish one that I'm recommending is a wipe off, where you just take a paper towel or towel with a little bit of alcohol, and you just simply give it a once over wipe. And what that does is it takes off all the excess. It leaves behind a cured sheen, but it takes away all the ripples and all the imperfections that you might have gotten doing this usually in a DIY setting, because I've watched quite a few videos on people doing this, and I didn't see many people's come out as nice as this or as simple. I actually did 6 cubes in one day, and generally that would take you an hour each side if you're really gonna let it settle and everything, plus the curing time, whatnot. And so I was able to do 6 cubes in one day, which tells you this is much faster, gives you a much more consistent and better result. I actually have a $5 cube here, which is the Chi Warrior, which is my first SpeedCube I ever bought. And I actually took the time to UV coat it because I felt like it, and it came out absolutely beautiful. I mean, not only does this thing turn, I mean, just amazing. This is like one of the best cheap, like budget non-magnetic cubes in my opinion. Like, I know there's certain, you know, RS versions and MoU cubes and whatnot people will probably argue with, but I just love this cube. I still to this day love to play with it. And it's actually the more matte the plastic is, the better it is at receiving the gel coat, because it has something to adhere to. You can see this blue side was my tester side. I used a no wipe gel coat, and I actually had to cure it. It looked atrocious, so I had to sand it down, and you can see that's why that one side is kind of bubbly compared to the rest. The rest are pretty flat, where this has kind of a bubble to it because there's just a little bit of that no wipe that I couldn't sand off. I was starting to take off edges of the plastic with the sandpaper before I could get all the gel coat off, so I just called it good and then put the new coat of gelish over it and did all the other sides in that gelish. And you can see I took a $5 cube and put a $10–15 UV coating on it. So I get it's kind of ridiculous, but it's what I wanted, and I love how it came out. I love this one. Doesn't look the best out of all of them, but again, for a $5 cube, and for being this was my tester cube, this was my oh well if it gets messed up cube. But yeah, I mean, like I said, these ones came out much better, pretty much perfect. It takes only, I did up to 5 minutes of curing on each side. I pushed the 1 minute light button 5 different times, and hopefully you just do it 5 minutes, but it honestly didn't even need that. The label says it only needs about 60 seconds of curing time, so you do it, hit the button a few times, cure it for maybe 2, 3 to 5 minutes, and yeah, between the wiping it on, you can get each side done in well less than a half an hour instead of taking an hour plus per side. So yeah, this is what I would recommend. This, like I said, it came out really nice, not hiding anything. Like, all the sides came out really, really nice. And like I said, the turning is really good. I was a little worried because it was a little tacky and sticky when you were turning it at first, but I just went through all the edges with like a butter knife and just made sure there was no like residual gel coat that got in there, and now they turn like a brand new cube again. And so this one's just so lubed that it's kind of a little slow, but God, it feels good. And it's just got such a grip to it. Anyways, my dude Cube Head, gotta rep him. But in the cubicle, they always take care of us. But yeah, thank you to everyone, and if you're stoked or if you want to have any questions or anything, just shoot me an email or a comment or question, whatever. I'm happy to answer. I'm sure there's a lot of people doing this, but I just thought I was kind of onto something, so I figured I'd share it with y'all. Hope you have a great day, and take care.